back to the show. We're here in Northborough at La Java, and we're talking with Lee Abdella about home inspections.
All right, let's talk about home inspections. Let's do it.
It's home inspections.
All right, it's home inspections.
So how can the buyer get the most out of a home inspection?
Well, I can tell you first, offhand, that almost half of the people that call us will still say, "Am I allowed to attend my home inspection?" And we say, "Of course you are," and we highly encourage it. I think that particularly a buyer will get so much more out of their home inspection experience if they're there to hear straight from the horse's mouth what's going on with the house, what was done nicely about the house, how to operate the house better. And also, if there is an issue, to see it with their own two eyes, have it explained to them, and then re-explain to them if need be, right there, as opposed to not attending and then going home and opening up a report, which can be a variety of styles of reports depending on your home inspector. But they open it up and an issue could either seem bigger than it is or smaller than it is if you're not there in person. So we encourage people to definitely attend.
So that's for the buyer. How does the seller prepare their house to get ready for the home inspection?
Sure. Well, the important thing to understand about a home inspection is the home inspector can only inspect what is accessible and available on that day. So it's important for the seller to take a look at the house and say, you know what, we've got closets that are overflowing, full of things we can't, see the back of them. The basement is floor to ceiling, wall to wall, full of boxes and old air conditioners and different things, blocking the inspector's view, say, of the foundation in the basement or their access to getting into crawl spaces. That's a big thing as well. So we ask that people really take the time to understand that the less we can get into about the house, the less we're going to be able to tell a buyer about that house, and the more questions that are going to linger.
What are some of the common issues inspectors run into regarding this?
Dogs. I feel like Indiana Jones. Dogs understandably do not like strange people in their homes. Also, people, just time issues where people work from home more often. So it's one of those things where we ask the buyer in advance before they book the appointment with us to check, have their agent check with the other side to make sure what works for the seller as far as timing.
You don't want the seller at the house during the home inspection.
Most people, not just the home inspector, but most agents also feel that it's better to not have the seller there. We certainly cannot dictate that they're not there. It's their property. They have a right to be there if they will. And a good home inspector should handle it or address whatever needs to happen. But it is easier.
What I find is you're telling the seller in some cases that their baby is ugly, and that's an emotional thing.
It is. And it's understandable. It's your home. It's a very personal thing. So one thing that we find is getting more popular actually is for listing agents to hire a home inspector to come in to inspect the house for the seller, so that seller gets the intro to your baby might be a little bit ugly.
Yep.
Don't get offended when someone else comes and says it's ugly. But it also gives a seller an opportunity to know what's coming down the pipeline at them in the future and to decide, is it something they want to disclose? Is it something they want to fix ahead of time? Or is it something they're just aware of?
Right. Well, I want to thank Lee for coming out and spending some time with us today here at La Java and talking about home inspections.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.